What about then? I want to I don't know how much time you have, but I want to respect your time. But,
oh yeah, no, I mean I have time.
Okay. What about this? You talked about this, like the risks of the therapy to help change.
Oh yeah, the conversion.
What is what's the? Can you talk more about that? Like.
Well, yeah, I mean, essentially, you're talking about feelings that you've had like for a really long time.
Yeah.
And conversion therapy is essentially going against that, and they're telling you like that those feelings that you had are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know all the ins and outs of all the different types of conversion therapy, but essentially like it's brainwashing.
Oh my God.
And so, because really, how can you get rid of those feelings that you've had for your whole life?
Right.
Essentially.
Yeah, especially if you're born that way,
Right.
right?
If you're born that way, I mean, it's essentially brainwashing.
So. Basically, they're trying to convince you that you can change this.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that could, for some people, especially kids, but maybe adults too, I guess.
Yeah.
That could be really kind of damaging.
Oh yeah, and a lot of times, and some of them are way more like intense than others.
What do you mean by that?
Well, and some of them, especially when they use I think a lot of times when they take like a lot more like religious into them, and they talk about like those feelings not being like natural, and it's like it's not feelings, like it's the devil, stuff like that. So
yeah. With some of these programs, like, did they use like electroshock therapy and stuff like that?
They used to. I don't know if they do now, but I know that
I heard that in the news once.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that someone said they underwent that.
Yeah, I mean, so can you believe, like, actually trying to, like, shock your brain into, like, getting rid of those feelings? Yeah, and a lot of them are, like, very isolating, which sometimes they, like, take you away, like,
What?
Yeah, like, isolate you for, like, weeks or, like, months, like they're camps.
Like a camp?
Like a camp, yeah. So, and not all of them, but some of them are like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why, especially the ones with the kids, like the parents would ship their kids away for like a month or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that could.
Yeah, right. So that in and of itself is like, hey, I'm going to ship you away, and you're going to come back straight. Like.
Wow.
That's not good. So.
Wow, it sounds like that's kind of risky.
Yeah, it's pretty risky. So, it's not really something that advocates in the LGBT community support for sure. And it's not something, it's not healthy really in any way. So, because then, like we said, the people that come back and are cured, and it does a lot of stigmatizing and treating it like it's a disease or something that can be cured.
Right.
Like, it's not a disease at all. Like, it's an orientation and an identity. And okay. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for that information. I mean, it's definitely, like, it's good to get, information from a reliable source.
Yeah.
I feel like when I go online, I just can't really figure out who's telling what and what's the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Especially, unfortunately, I think sometimes when it comes to like religious stuff too, because there's a lot of propaganda.